All right, welcome back everybody. I'm Kalani, and in this video I'm going to be showing you the difference, and we'll get into a little bit of technical information about Shruti boxes and the low, or what some people call the male voice Shruti box, and the high or female range Shruti box. And I'll also be comparing the Shruti box to a popular classroom musical instrument as we explain what is the Shruti box and maybe which one would be for you if you're thinking about getting one. All right, so welcome back. I've got two beautiful Shruti boxes here in front of me. I'll give you a better view in a second. And I want to say that I just got this one as a donation. So thank you, Suzanne, for donating this. I appreciate it very much. We're going to make some great music with it. So let me give you the overhead view. And what we have here are two different Shruti boxes. This one on my left here is the male voice. Let's give it a listen. And the one on my right, your right, is the female or the higher voice. So let's take a look at the front of the higher one, the female one, and look at basically what we're doing here to make notes. You can see here on the face of the instrument that there are different openings that I can close off and I can open, and these little tabs fit over the sound holes and allow or block air. And if they allow the air, then we hear the note. So it's very simple. So if I pump the back and get some air inside, and you can see that there's a bellows and now it's full of air, but the air's not coming out, it's just staying in there because nothing's open. So if I open this tab, now we get this note, C. And you can see, hopefully, that this is arranged like a piano keyboard. So these would be the white keys down here, these would be the black keys, and C is here. And I believe that is C4, so it's just the C below below A440. And then it goes up an octave, so we have the higher C up here. So that's the top note on the female Shruti, or the higher Shruti, and this is the bottom note. And then similarly, on the male, we have the same basic layout, you can see there. However, the high note on the male is the same as the low note on the female, on this particular set of Shruti boxes. And I'll leave information below about the brand and what these are exactly, but they're from the same company. So this is the low note on the female we're hearing, and now let's play the high note on the male. Now they do have slightly different sounds. The timbre is a little different. So together, as you heard at the beginning of this video, if I open up, let's say CGC, and CGC on the male. Let's start with the male, and then we'll add the female voice. So that's the male, and let's add the female. So how does the Shruti box make the sound? It's basically a reed, like a double reed instrument similar to, not the same as, but similar to oboe, bassoon, English horn, and very similar to harmonica and this instrument, which I mentioned earlier, and this is a Melodion, and it has the same type of sound mechanism. So if I played, can I play all three? If I play all three of these, I can actually get the upper octave of C and G on the Melodion. Let's try it. And let's add some reverb. And I'm gonna put the Melodion down here so I can play it with one hand. And I'll try to get all these going. Let's see if I can do this, you guys. All right, so we'll get both Shrutis going and the Melodion. Let's get this going first. And I'll give you the overhead so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, pretty fun. All right, you guys. So, which Shruti box would be right for you? Generally speaking, you want to have the Shruti as a grounding or drone instrument, meaning a background for singing and chanting and toning. And so therefore, you would probably want it in or below your singing range, not necessarily above, on top. Nothing wrong with that. The female voice that I have here was the first Shruti box that I got. I love it, it's beautiful, but it is above my vocal range. So I'm very excited to have now the male Shruti. And let me give you an example of what it sounds like. I'll do some toning, and you can hear the difference. And you know, my voice is obviously a male voice, baritone, bass. So that'll be a good test to see how it sounds with each of these. So let's start off with the male, and I'll sing along, and then I'll sing along with the female, and you can hear the effect. All right, and we'll get the other mic on and a little reverb just for fun. Okay, so I think you can hear that when I was singing with the male or lower voice range, which is an octave lower, right? that for my voice, it was more connected, and yeah, it sounded like they matched, you know, male vocal range, bass, baritone, maybe tenor, low tenor, and it was just more cohesive. With the female or higher Shruti, I felt like I was a separate instrument. And even though I think it sounds nice, nothing wrong with it, this isn't really about better or worse than, it's about what kind of sound are you going to go for, or what kind of sound do you produce with a certain Shruti box range. And it's really a personal preference. But in general, that's why they make these ranges. And before we wrap up, I do want to say that these Shruti boxes are of a certain type and a certain range. These are not the only ranges or types. Some are going G to G. Some have more notes. Some have fewer notes. So these are C to C. The male or lower one is C3 to C4. The female or higher Shruti is C4 to C5. So just FYI, those are the ranges. But if you shop around, you could find different ranges, and it might be better for you. All right? So what do you guys think? I like them both together. And I'm really happy to have a matched pair now. So, and the Melodion fits right in there. It's not a bad addition. So if you want to start off with a Shruti-like instrument, then go for the Melodion. The only issue is you probably want to have a foot pedal or some sort of way to get air into it, because otherwise you're just humming along, which you could do, but that requires some skill. So the Melodion is played by your breath, usually, although I think there are some foot pedals, I think, that you can pump, just like these have a bellows on them, and then that frees up your voice, of course, for singing. All right. Hey, thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys spending some time here with me. Leave your kind and helpful comments below, and visit us at patreon.com/Kalani for more in-depth lessons and music and community connection. All right, I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.